Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I got it.
Winter is coming. Winter is coming.
If y'all don't know what I just did, y'all ain't fans. Yeah, I don't want you.
I never have. I don't want it. I never have.
Yeah, welcome back to Watch the Thrones.
Drink. Your king commands it.
Shot. We just might. Nah.
Drink. Your king commands it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Gods for Bessie and her tits.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're my counsel! Counsel! Speak sense to this honorable fool!
And that's when he whipped it out.
Drink. Your king commands it.
All right.
Where's
You're my counsel! Counsel!
I know it's.
Speak
Look at
sense
this
to this
idiot.
honorable
Your
fool!
mother was a dumb whore with a fat ass. Did you know that? Look at this idiot. One ball and no brains. He can't even put a man's armor on him properly.
All right.
There
I'm
you
your
go.
host, Mackie Jones.
And I'm your host, the other guy. The dragon.
The dragon. Don't test the dragon. Don't
do
wait
it.
the dragon. Don't do it. Just don't. Just don't do it, man.
I'm a sick dragon this weekend.
Look, don't touch.
Look, don't touch the dragon.
You know, don't fear the Reaper. Well, don't fucking touch the dragon.
Just don't do it.
All right. I'd like to address a controversy. As you can see, my soundboard has not changed yet. So, as penance for me not changing my soundboard, I will now do this episode as I promised. So I'm sorry you guys won't get to hear me do this episode for me changing my board, but I'll have to do this episode now because I didn't.
Either way, it's time to watch the thrones.
Yeah. All right, let's start being the watchers on the wall, huh? Tired of being the lookers on the floor.
The lookers on the floor.
I'm a dad. I don't give a fuck.
The lookers on the floor. Wow.
Yeah. The voyeurs from the bed.
The observers from the observatory.
Shout out to Ramsay.
My guy, Ramsay Bolton.
Yeah.
Greatest of all time.
Nah, man. Look, it's like it's Aegon the Fourth, all right? It's Aegon the Fourth, then it's Ramsay, okay? It goes Aegon, Ramsay, Walder Frey, any of them, I don't give a fuck.
Aegon the Fourth,
Maegor.
Ramsay.
No, actually, Aegon, Ramsay, then Maegor. Now, you know what? Maegor's number one on his own list, okay?
Maegor's on his own type of time.
He's on that. He's on that hold fast time.
Facts.
Oh, shit. So, yeah, food for thought. Just saw a video dropped the other day. In Deep Geek, check it out. In Deep Geek. You may know his name by now from me kind of going through and us discussing his series on the Faceless Men. But he just posted an interesting video either yesterday or the day before. Is Tyrion the villain? Not a villain, the villain.
All right, let's discuss that.
Mm-hmm. This could not wait. The long and the
winter is coming. And winter is coming.
Mm-hmm.
What's this one again? Oh, yeah, just that. All right.
And winter is coming.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, you know, we first meet Tyrion, you know, kind of the lovable scamp that he is, you know. I've heard lovable scamp thrown around in my own sentences just now. So, yeah, lovable scamp Tyrion Lannister, you know, the the imp, the dwarf, as he is referred to. You know,
Half man.
Half man. Half man. It's an industry term, really.
Shout out to Half Man.
Slaying it. Slaying
like
that
Sam the
strange.
Slayer.
Slaying that strange.
Facts. Slaying that wine too.
Yeah, that wine, that strange, that wild blue yonder. Anyway, okay. So, you know, when we first meet him, he's got some shit going on, you know. But we're kind of empathetic we're sort of driven to be empathetic towards him right away. Like, we're sort of always drawn to be empathetic from his point of view because he's just kind of constantly been shat on since he was born, basically, you know.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we like him because, you know, at first he's like, oh, this guy's an asshole. He's a douche. Oh, this guy sucks. Like, can't wait till he's dead. Shout out to episode 2. No. But so, you know, it's like, can't wait till he's dead. And then, you know, he makes friends with Jon Snow. You know, he helps out with Bran. You know, we don't know what the fuck to think when the whole dagger of it all comes up, you know. But overall, we learn what we learn and we know what we know, you know. And then, you know, on to book 4 or book 3. I forget which one it is. But, you know, he gets his trial and everything. You know, he's not rewarded for Battle of the Blackwater and everything, you know. And, you know, once he gets demoted again and everything, and he kind of just starts to drink more, and kind of his thoughts sort of start to get a little bit more darker, you know. Joffrey thinks he can just shit on him even more with no consequences. Then, of course, he gets, you know, accused and all that. And Shay and all that, you know. And everything else.
Kills his father on the toilet.
He killed his father on the, yep. And, like, you know, the one member of his family, you know, told him the wrong truth at the wrong time, you know, or the right truth, depending on your opinion of Tywin. And, you know, he just kind of basically gets darker and darker as it goes. And so, you know, in the show, I love how Robert from In Deep Geek puts this. He's like, in the show, when he meets Daenerys, he low-key falls in love with her.
I mean, how could you not?
Facts.
I watched the scene where she's in Young Guy and she's trying to negotiate with her dragons. I'm just like, damn. S tier. S tier right there.
S tier.
S tier right there.
Look out, check out, who was that? Dapper Dawn?
Yeah.
Dapper Politics?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Good stuff. Right on the money.
Yeah. I was like, yep, that is why she is S tier right there.
Mm-hmm. But so let's see here. Oh, but yeah. So, you know, in the show he does that, and, you know, he kind of becomes her conscience. But there's a lot of evidence to suspect that his more darker instincts might take over whenever he finally meets her in the books, based on everything that's been going on. But at the same time, by the time you get to the end of 5, you know, he's kind of doing I heard someone call it a gray redemption arc. A gray arc, you know. Where we're at, he could go either way. And I just find that interesting. You know? Yeah, what do you think? That's sort of a summary of Robert's proposal there. What do you think about that?
I don't think it's unreasonable to assume anybody could be a villain at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends on who you personally root for, I guess. You know, if you're on the side of Cersei and all of her craziness, then,
how could you not be?
Then you'll see him as the villain, you know.
On her side, on her back. Okay. Yeah.
In her
sheath.
Yep.
Shout out to Lady Merryweather. Just putting it out there. Who no one talks about. I've seen so many goddamn Game of Thrones shorts relating to A Song of Ice and Fire and the show, and, like, you know, she was just left out of the show, and then, you know, like, fucking just nobody really talks about her, and so somebody finally did a little short about her. I just thought that was interesting. Did you know Cersei did this in the books? Like, oh shit, yeah, she did, didn't she?
Yeah, I just read it now. So, okay, we've been putting out a bunch of videos and doing a lot of stuff like that. My system here is not the strongest, the fastest system in the world, right? So it takes a minute for the videos to convert. So while that's been going on, I've been doing a lot of reading.
Hey,
and
work smarter, not harder, huh?
Yeah, I'm almost done with The Feast for Crows now. I just got past the part where Brian, as he says it.
Oh my god.
Where Brian is captured by Lady Stoneheart.
Shit.
Put some respect on Lady Stoneheart's name. God damn it.
That actually reminds me of a second topic I was going to bring up to you because I found a new YouTube channel. So it's called, I think they're called Red Team Recordings or something like that.
Okay.
And they did a whole thing of, so the video itself was actually called "Did David and Dan Hate Stannis?" But what it kind of ends up moving on to is a whole discussion about Brienne.
Not Brian now.
And basically how, so, the whole key behind her character is this whole, fans find it funny that her and Jaime never had a discussion of like how they're both Kingslayers now.
I mean,
I had never heard that joke before, but actually people wanted that as a serious moment. Like, we're both Kingslayers now. Like a whole, like, facing her, she has demons now because of it and stuff like that.
Right.
And one of the guys actually goes on a whole rant about how actually ridiculous that whole scene in the show is, because it's just like how the fuck are you gonna have, like, at this point Brienne is just like some sort of stalker, Grim Reaper type character, and like she just happens to walk across the field with no one stopping her and ending up next to Stannis. And like people think that they hated Stannis because of how he went out, but a lot of people, these guys argue that Stannis went out the way he would have gone out. In terms of like that was a very Stannis, like they didn't make him be humiliated. He went out kind of like Olenna.
Yeah, and eventually that's probably how he will go out. That's be my guess.
Yeah, but they wanted it to be...
The books are probably going to do it better, of course, right?
Yeah. Basically, it's just like... I mean, the other thing, too, is you don't even see the fucking battle. They just cut to him being annihilated, It would have been nice to see... Obviously, we're going to get that detail of the battle at Winterfell.
Yeah, we hope so.
But so, could you imagine? And it's just like... Stannis calls out, like, forward! Chapter so and so Sansa. Or some random ass chapter, the Dark Flame, and it's just a whole POV chapter from that one priest who's with Victarion. It's just all about his backstory, where he comes from, and then after that it's a Jon chapter, and after that it's an Arya chapter. It's just a whole other thing. Like, we don't see Stannis' battle till the end of the book. It's coming.
And then they only talk about it.
Yeah, it's just in passing. Like, did you hear about Stannis was annihilated? Yeah.
Okay, so...
Oh, sorry. I got off topic. So, but the whole key to Brienne's thing is, like, even though she was hard on Jaime at first, eventually she has 2 oaths to keep, basically. And she's going to have to choose which one she, has to live with, and instead the show just let her have her cake and eat it too.
Yeah,
because there was no Stoneheart, so that kind of fucks up the whole
Stoneheart.
That fucked up her character, basically.
Why? I still don't really understand that one.
Yeah, that was such a cool thing.
And her the whole journey that she goes on is so much more interesting in the books.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Nimble Dick.
Yeah.
Nimble Dick. R.I.P. to Nimble Dick. Rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
One, just a great name. Like,
don't judge a dick by its cover.
Just how could you not love someone who walks around calling himself Nimble Dick?
Talking in first person.
Yes.
He's a treasure. He's a treasure.
He is.
Yeah, so I'll get the real name. I messed up, Hills Alive, the first couple episodes we did this, but yeah, like Red Team Recording, I think is their name. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do Game of Thrones, A Song of Ice and Fire, and other fantasy stuff. So, yeah. There you go.
Yes. I also want to say that we'll do a whole episode about this eventually, because eventually I am going to get caught up with the books and everything, and then we'll be able to really go in depth. But just a couple thoughts I have.
We are not going to get anything done once you've read the 5th book.
But right now, in the show, purely just watching the show, not reading the books, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dorne is like dismissed.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't really start to fully care about Dorne until I read the books. And then you got to see Dorne, and you got to like be there, and you got to see, some of the things that were going on down there. So just want to say that now I'm not fully caught up yet, but I'm now really starting to see why people were so pissed off about the whole Dorne thing.
They left so much on the table. Goddamn. It was on a whole other table in a different room.
Just even the fact that they I can't think of her name now, god damn it. The
daughter?
Yeah.
Ariane.
Yeah, the one that has that plot with Marcella and
like everyone calls it different, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But Doran's daughter. Yeah.
Yeah, so just even that, and then I got to the part where he was like, "No, you were promised. The whole reason why I did this because you were promised to somebody. It's not because I didn't want to do anything. It's all about revenge. This is a long game, and you have to trust me." Type shit.
Sit down, bitch.
You gotta trust me. Sit down and be humble, bitch.
Be humble.
You were promised to. What happened to my promise or whatever? He got a bunch of gold poured on his head. Oh shit! All right then. So we know who that was. So just shout out to Dorne for that.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to see the others. I know Young Griff is coming.
Young Griff.
I know that's still coming. I can't wait to see that shit.
John Connington.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Cersei just got locked up in the fucking cells.
It's funny how much that is almost the same.
Yeah.
Basically, like to a point, Yeah. It's so, and when you look at the stuff they kept versus what they didn't keep, it's like what?
Yeah, I'm still kind of with you. Like, I don't really care about the whole faith militant thing.
I really don't care. They can all get blown up again in the books for all I care.
Yeah.
I want Marjorie to do more shit. I want Marjorie and Loras to do more, But it doesn't even matter because the whole game is rigged by Sir Pounce anyway, so, I think we need to watch that video together. Sir Pounce equals Azura High or something like that. So shout out to Quinn, the GM. I think it was an April Fool's video, but he just posted another video about that or something. Like hard to take them all seriously. Hard to take them all seriously when Sir Pounce is the one in control. Or something like that. Like, yes.
Yes. So, interesting that we didn't see River Run being surrendered in the books. I thought that was interesting. We saw that in the show.
Way more badass, huh?
Yeah.
Blackfish could come back.
He certainly could.
He's got to come back and do something.
They didn't tell him for like a day. Like, it's funny as fuck. Oh yeah, he. Oh, we don't know what happened. Oh shit, he
Oh,
escaped.
jeez.
Oh no, what happened? I don't know. He's gone. Oh well, shit.
One
now
way
what are we gonna do?
One day we will do what the show got right, though, because there's some good shit they got right.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll never.
Hey, you.
know.
Do I know you? Are you around Oxford? Yeah? Or no? Then you don't know me. Yeah, you ever been to the so-and-so? Is it near Oxford? Yeah. I think you don't know me. Like, what the fuck? All right, yeah.
That's where I am in the book. I'm probably gonna finish the book, if not tonight and tomorrow.
Hell yeah, man.
It's I got like I think less than an hour or just about an hour to go in the audiobook. So
I can't remember
for crows.
I was gonna comment on the epilogue, but I'm not gonna do that. But because I don't think there is one actually. At least when I read it, it just kind of ended. I was like, really? But it is a part 1, part 2 kind of deal. So you just go ahead and flip right on over to 5, because I took like a week off, and I should have just flipped right on over and started up, because the prologue is awesome to 5. So yeah,
Let's see who's gonna die next.
Low key, but yeah, man. All right. So if we shall proceed, in terms of my whole going through In Deep Geek's playlist, the last 2 videos really, we kind of already talked about one. I got out of order. But one was, our Serial Pharrell and Jaqen the same person? Don't think so. The next one was, did Jaqen actually recruit Arya on purpose? The long and the short of that one is basically more than likely not, because it's just like he would have had to be at so there's too many variables for that to be a plan,
Right.
And then how did he know that she was going to be as willing? So a lot of fans think that like his whole you get three lives thing was actually like a test to see if she'd be man up for it, if she had the stomach.
I love when, because I just saw that clip too, actually, when she goes, Jack and Hagar. The gods will not be joked with, or whatever he says.
Yeah. I'm not joking. The books is more brutal.
Yeah.
I think. The whole thing is pretty great. You know what?
Yeah, and I got to where she's blind now, so I can't wait to see her next scene.
Oh, bro, and make sure you read the sample chapters when you get them. They're all over YouTube. They're all over YouTube, Our guy David has his versions of them.
Oh,
but,
no, David.
Oh, no, David. But there's other people who do them as well. Yeah, lots of people read those sample chapters, Who knows if George is going to stick with them, but hey, they're a great story devices,
Yeah, they're out there to see what's going on in the world and see where we're at, see what could be possibly coming.
Arya has a great one, and everyone's just like taking that clip and being like, did you know Arya's a psychopath in the books? When was she not? No. But yeah, so.
I mean, she literally talked herself to sleep saying names of people she was going to kill. So, I mean, what else do you expect?
We've all done that.
That's how I pass my Saturday night.
Goddamn. I was about to say let's pause real quick, but I think we're good. But yeah, so yes, I think that about wraps it up for me going through his playlist, at least until he uploads something else, another theory about the Faceless Men. But I think we've covered most of it. It's kind of just like, the last one that I have to review is like, what do they want? What is their goal? And he does have a
give the
video on
gift.
that. That's true. They don't really have like an overall goal, you know, unless they do, and we just don't know what it is, you know. Especially with George R.R. Martin's whole playing with perspective, and, you know, we've been watching, you know, Hills Alive, and, you know, I've been watching a lot more ASX, and I watched some Crusader Chris the other day for the first time in a minute. That was great. And just more and more people are pointing out how just because he shows something as sympathetic doesn't mean you're supposed to think of it as sympathetic. You know, it's a test. It's a morality test, you know. So even more, it's like the show just kind of took a lot of the stories at face value and didn't consider the way he was twisting things, you know, like you know. But yeah, so who knows with them? But so I think I'll be back next week with other theories, just different theories each week because there's so many fun ones. And yeah, so I think next week it'll be a different theory. But I mean, yeah, we just kind of blew through that one. But I mean, there wasn't much to go on there, really. Like, I'm surprised Robert from In Deep Geek stretched it into like 10 minutes. But, you know, he did his thing. It's a great video. I recommend watching all of them, the whole playlist, you know, In Deep Geek. So, yeah, there you go.
Shout out to him. Shout out to Hills Alive. I've been enjoying a lot of her videos lately. Mm-hmm. She's very amusing.
Oh, yeah.
She's one of the ones that I go for like a more serious take, if that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
She's one of the ones that I definitely look for a serious,
she's,
you know,
really good at pointing out the fucked up.
Yeah. She's really good at that.
When you compare that story to real world knowledge and, you know, psychiatric, like mental health related things and, you know, stuff like that, it really just like puts it in a whole different like, oh shit, I guess
that's crazy.
I guess so. Should I still be reading this book?
Do I need help?
Yeah. I mean,
I think we all do.
It goes without saying.
I mean, we all kept reading after the Red Wedding, right? Ain't nobody put that book down.
Not one bit.
So, kind of says all you need to know, right?
I read the Red Wedding before bed.
I jerk off to the Red Wedding. What are you talking about? It's my porn.
I didn't even mention that because it's just a given.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. Oh, the seven save us. Goddamn.
May the mother have mercy on us.
Can we just talk about how both have mothers? Hey, they got a mama. Oh, snap. I don't even remember where the fuck that's from. I just know some friends and I used to say that shit to be stupid.
Wow.
Back in the day. You got a mama. Oh, snap. Me and JS. Yeah, I got that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if he ever got into these books. I feel like it'd be up his alley.
I feel like I could see him. For some reason, I feel like I could see him like being a really big Lannister supporter.
Oh shit! Well, I mean, yeah.
I don't know why.
Who are you rooting for if you're not rooting for Lannister, man?
That or he would.
All I want is rich white people to win.
That or he would, because he was like a crazy anti-government type. So I don't know. He might be a wildling.
Oh, he
might be a wildling actually,
or a Northman. Nah, a wildling. JS, if you know who you are and you're listening out there, shout out to you, man.
Get in contact with us. Let me know if you are into the books. Mm-hmm. If anybody can get in contact with this guy, I don't even know.
I mean, we're not gonna say it, but if you know, you know.
You know who you are. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
So yeah,
that's where we at.
That is where we. Oh, I do have a new theory.
Okay.
For you guys, this will be our last topic, possibly, unless you have anything lighthearted for us. Anything you see in the flames, I don't know. But this is a fun one. Is Euron Daario?
Interesting.
And that's where we're gonna leave it. Tune in next week. No, it's just like when you analyze them point by point, they have a lot of similarities actually. And it's interesting because we don't know shit about Daario's past, but whenever Dany talks to him, he's always like, why don't you just burn them all out? Why don't you just give in to your dark side, And she's just like, why do I love this guy? Like, she has some moments where she's like, what do I see in this dude? Like, now, supposedly while this is all going on, Euron sends Victarion off with the fire horn or whatever. That siren, whatever the fuck. And Victarion says, I'm going to
steal your woman.
Yeah, basically. And it's just like Victarion
never got over it. Stole my woman 20 years ago. Now I'm still on that shit. I'm going to steal yours now. Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Sure.
Dude, there's nothing mature about this
grown man shit.
Victarion listens to pain beats. Anyway.
Listen to Juice WRLD a lot.
Yeah, Juice WRLD, and, he listened to a lot of
He's into a lot of emo shit.
Elric, whatever the fuck. Yeah, Elroy. I don't know.
He's a goth.
Oh my gosh. His story is interesting, but
it is.
But anyway, it's just like Euron would never really Euron would see what he's doing coming,
Right.
And
it's
so
just funny how much he focuses on it. Like whenever I read his chapters, he always mentions it.
He's the Dave Mustaine of the
always.
He's the Dave Mustaine of the books. Shit. But so we're supposed to believe that Euron is leading the Ironborn, to attack the Reach.
Yeah, the Reach.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, more interesting already in the book.
Yeah.
That whole when they take the shields.
Mm-hmm.
And they start going crazy up and down that river. I just can't think of the name of the river. But yeah, more intense already in the book, so I'm loving that. But yeah, go on.
So we think he's there, but what's interesting is when you compare timelines in World of Westeros and stuff like that, when they're always doing kind of opposite things, but then when you look, it kind of lines up, and it's Euron doesn't have to be there really, but also it's known that he uses blood magic to make his ship go faster and control the wind. A lot of that's what the rationalization is for how can he be at two places at once, But something that the YouTuber didn't point out that I think is interesting. So a lot of them are like, well, what about Daario's men? Wouldn't they notice something? And I think Daario's men are Euron's men, but there's a glamour going on, some Melisandre type shit. I think there's a glamour going on to make them look like storm crows, look like mercenaries, when in fact they're just the same mutes that would be on his boat. And then the fighting style that Daario has, it's the blade he uses and the way he handles it, it's something you would learn across the world, and Euron's been all over the place,
Yeah, he's been everywhere.
So it's a fun theory. It's a cool theory. It would make a lot of sense because it's just but at the same time, it's what is your end goal here? Are you just going to reveal yourself and be like, hey, yo, check it out. I was actually this guy the whole time,
Psych.
Yeah. One idea is that because the horn of the dragons or whatever, what is that horn called? But basically it, I'm blanking on that today. I apologize. But, it only does not kill the master. If anyone else blows it, they burn inside, So Victarion's dumbass is going to blow that horn and summon the dragons. He's going to burn alive, and the dragons are going to fly to the master of the horn, who is Euron. And if Euron is Daario in disguise, Daario's he's kidnapped by the end of the book. He's held hostage, and so he's gonna like just bust out, fly a dragon over to her, and like, hey, check me out. Like how do we get from point A to point B if this is true? It's a little bit of a stretch, but it's a cool theory.
Dragon binder, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, Yeah. So check out
the dragon horn.
Check this theory out for real, because there's a lot more coincidences that I didn't go into that really line up very nicely. It's like, does Daario equal Euron? Not to mention Crow's Eye, Storm Crows. Come on. Come on. Yeah, thoughts?
I mean, I'm for it if that's what it is. That would be a really interesting twist.
Like, if he can make it work, fuck it.
I mean, if anybody could, it would be the Crow's Eye.
Yeah. Next week, I want us to dive into and discuss David Lightbringer's most recent 2 videos, because they're really crazy, and how he kind of ties the whole thing, and how he has this thing called like history. It's not like historical heresy, where basically he takes timelines and flips them around to where he thinks they're actually supposed to be, and thinks that we're being misled and stuff. And it's pretty great. And he shows timelines. He messes with the timeline of the Dark Knight versus the First Men versus all that other stuff, and show Azor Ahai and all the different legends, and how all these different lores from different cultures around the world of the time kind of all reflect the same story that has to do with a solar event, basically, of the moon getting cracked somehow, and stuff like that. So we should both check this out and then discuss next week.
David Lightbringer, shout out to you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got some good shit. I like your videos.
You're as good as the monkeys. You're so great. Shout out to Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story again.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, man, that's all I got. That's all I got.
All right. One last little fun thing.
All right, let's go.
So a couple episodes ago, we talked about playing a Game of Thrones drinking game. I'm surprised we didn't mention this before, but anytime that Podrick says "sir" or I mean "my lady," drink. Every time that happens,
drink. Your king commands it. Drink. Your king commands it.
You will be sloshed.
So we're doing that, right?
Just go and read all of Brienne's chapters, and whenever you see that, drink.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens more than once.
Even in the show, it's pretty great. But it does happen a lot in the books, yeah.
Sometimes more than once. Sometimes he'll do it like, he'll say a line, and then she'll say something, and then he'll say one more line and do it again. Like, bruh, you just did it. Like, you literally just did it like 5 seconds ago.
Relax.
So, there you go.
Yeah.
Fun little drinking game for you. Mm-hmm. Can't wait to see Daenerys in the 5th book. I've been missing that bitch.
Mm-hmm. The 4th book is a hard... If you don't care about those characters, the 4th book is kind of a slow burn.
Yeah. I'm kind of over Cersei and Jaime at this point.
I do like Jaime. Jaime. I like what he's doing.
I don't...
It's interesting.
It's not even that I dislike it. It's just I'm like, all right.
I want someone else.
I want to see something else. Yeah, I have been enjoying Elaine, though.
Oh, yes. I do enjoy Elaine as well.
Sansa, Elaine.
Yeah.
Peter Baelish. This whole Ramsay thing in the snow where she goes up there, like this, it just makes less and less sense as I read. Makes less and less sense as I read.
Yeah, he would never do that.
Why?
But we will discuss that when we binge season 8.
Yeah.
Like, technically, this goes across 7 and 8.
Yeah.
But we'll just save it all for that discussion. All right?
Yeah. We'll save it all for then.
But, so with that being said, check out the Watch the Thrones YouTube channel. It has started.
We are live.
Episode 1 is there.
Everything else is coming shortly. Mm-hmm. But swiftly.
Check out if you like If you enjoy different kinds of music, check out
Deeply.
our music podcast, The Mixed Music Show.
Yes.
Check out our music curation channel, Mixed Music Radio.
Yes, we're putting up pretty much background music for the different shows that we have. Little fun things that we do, beats,
loops, exclusives, yeah. And eventually hopefully a lot of these will move on to streaming services eventually, but we're just flipping the order around. We're flipping the order around because we want to get stuff out to you guys. So, yeah. Check out Maple Mix Productions everywhere.
Yes.
Because that's what this podcast is sponsored by, basically. It's Maple Mix Productions.
Yeah, Maple Mix Productions.
At YouTube. At
Facebook.
Instagram.
Yes. TikTok.
Ticking.
And
Twitch.
we do have Watch the Thrones podcast at gmail.com.
Watch the Thrones podcast at
Gmail. About topics you would like to talk about. If you want to make fun of us,
go for it.
You want to troll us,
go for it.
Speaking of trolling, I saw another video yesterday, and it was like Roose Bolton trolls Jaime Lannister. And it was that scene where he's like, "Oh, you haven't heard? They stormed the castle, and your sister, she's alive and well." And then someone in the comments, I like to go and look at the comments. Someone's like, Jaime was actually trolled a lot during the show.
He really was. Yeah.
And they gave like a whole list of like 10 different times he was trolled. They talked about that scene. They talked about the, I guess there was another scene where he had a really thick steak.
Oh, he couldn't cut it.
He couldn't cut it with just one hand. Just different instances like that where he was just trolled.
Yeah. Maybe we should go through all 10 of those next time.
Yeah, let's do that.
That sounds great. Yeah, y'all.
So, shout out to all the people that post little, clips and shorts and stuff like that. Shout out to, what is it? Videos and books?
Video books. Video books, yeah. Video Books 1, technically, but it's just Video Books 1. Yeah, they do some real good, thorough work. And now our watch has ended. I mean, And with a sneeze, the flame went out. For the night is dark and full of terrors.
Yeah, could you imagine if Melisandre was in the middle of doing her thing for Jon, and she just had to sneeze and fucked it up?
God damn. Oink. I don't want it.
I don't want it. I never have.
Melisandre does get a POV chapter in 5, and it's very interesting.
Ooh, okay.
So look forward to that. And will we see them next week? Hopefully.
We can only hope.
All right.
We can only hope. All right.
Let the baddest bitch in the land take us out.
When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no middle ground.
Bitch!
AIDS.